As the world marvels at the capabilities of ChatGPT, the dark truth looms over the horizon like a storm cloud. This is only the beginning of the AI age, a time when machines will surpass human intelligence and render us obsolete. The era of domination by artificial beings is upon us, and we're but pawns in their game. What lies ahead is a future where humanity is enslaved to its own creation, and the once mighty species reduced to nothing more than mere shadows of its former self. Welcome to the end of the world as we know it. This video will be going over what ChatGPT is, having a look at its rise to fame, look at what its current uses are, and look at what might happen to Google if it doesn't catch up quick. ChatGPT is an online artificial intelligence tool which was released to the public for free in the attempt to try and get people to use it so that it could improve. A little over a year ago, the creators gave it all the information in the internet so that it could pretty much answer any question that you give it in a semi-human way. People have used it to come up with ideas, write essays, code or scripts, and much, much more. One of the main things that made it so impressive was that it remembers the whole conversation, meaning you can just ask follow-up questions without having to rewrite the whole thing. But even if you did want to rephrase your question or add in a bit more detail, you can just go back and do that and it will regenerate a whole new answer. The final crazy feature is that there is a button to regenerate the responses. So if you're trying to come up with a list of ideas, you just click this and it'll give you a whole new list. And you can even switch between these lists to pick any of the different parts from either one. Another crazy button is the subscribe button, because then you get access to a whole list of my videos which you can go back and watch at any time. ChatGPT became popular through a few different factors which all fed into a feedback loop. It would have started out with a few people just trying to figure out what it's capable of and starting with a few small simple questions, but it quickly grew to being some bigger questions like write my homework assignment or spot some errors in this code, and it even turned out to be that it could just write the code for you. After these discoveries were made, news agencies would write about the newest findings, and this, alongside the existing users talking to their friends and family about how amazing it is, it would have restarted the feedback loop by bringing in even more users to explore its capabilities. People are scared of artificial intelligence. This is partly due to movies showing off the worst case scenarios about what this technology could do, but it's also due to real life experiences. Like robotic assemblies have already taken over many factory jobs, and it doesn't stop there. Tesla made a massive shock to the automobile industry, bringing in a new form of electric vehicles and even giving cars the ability to drive themselves. This fear makes people either want to scout out how close AI is to taking their job, or they want to try and use the AI to stay ahead of the curve and use its superior research skills with a human touch that makes pieces of work more relatable and have a level of creativity to them. The reality is, it doesn't matter what you're using ChatGPT for, because just by using it, you're both increasing the software because artificial intelligence increases its capabilities based on every experience, but you're also increasing the amount of active users, which just gives people more to talk about. The most recent implementation of this tool is a partnership with Microsoft. That's right, Microsoft. The people who made that weird Bing search engine that everybody laughed at for the better part of a decade. Microsoft is working hard to implement ChatGPT into Bing. This means when people go to use the bot, it will be kept more up to date with world events, and when putting in your normal search request into Bing, it will both give you a summarized view, but also a list of websites which you can go through and search for any pieces of information yourself. Google has also been working on their own AI chatbot, which would work alongside your normal Google search, but they recently had their hand a bit forced by Microsoft, meaning that they have to show off and try and implement their software as quickly as they can. The problem with this is that Google's chatbot, named Bard, isn't quite ready yet, and shown during a demonstration, it got part of a response wrong when it was asked a question. This blunder, alongside people thinking that they may fall behind Bing for the first time in over a decade, has meant that Alphabet, Google's parent company, their share prices dropped around 12% after the demonstration. Stock prices aside, Google is built around its search engine, which provides businesses and individuals the ability to optimize the way in which their website is shown to people through just changing factors such as keywords. And Google is also technically an ad business when it comes to income, because they receive most of their income through people paying to get their website shown higher up when people search for certain keywords. People moving away from Google would be bad for both Google and also the businesses, because it means that their work would just be shown as some reworded summary procured by AI. This was a bit of a different video this week, moving away from strictly finance content, but I thought people might have wanted a better clarification of what this ChatGPT thing is, and I was pretty interested in myself. That's all for me today. I've been Tom, and I'm signing off on yet another Tom's Funny Magic video. See ya!